Hey Kipsters, today we're going to talk about the carbon cycle. The carbon cycle is one of the many cycles on Earth. Very similar to the nitrogen cycle, carbon cycles around the Earth, in the atmosphere, back into the soil, and back into the atmosphere again. Let's take a look. First, what is carbon? Carbon is an element. It's the basis of life on Earth. As you remember from our study of organic matter, all things that are organic must contain carbon. Carbon can be found in rocks, oceans, and in the atmosphere. Here, you'll see carbon on the periodic table. The letter C represents carbon. Go ahead and take a moment and find and circle carbon on your periodic table on your paper now. In the carbon cycle, the same carbon atoms are used repeatedly on Earth. They cycle between the Earth, into the atmosphere, and back into the Earth again. Because there's not new carbon, we have been breathing in and out the same carbon that was used by dinosaurs over 2,000 years ago. Let's take a look at how this happens. First, plants pull carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and use it to make food during photosynthesis. The carbon then becomes part of the plant because it is part of the stored food. As you remember, the sugary substance that plants make during photosynthesis is glucose. The chemical formula for glucose is C6H12O6. That first C is carbon. Carbon is stored in plants. When organisms like you and I or animals eat plants, they take in the carbon and some of it becomes part of their own bodies. Your body is made up of carbon. When plants and animals die, most of their bodies are decomposed and carbon atoms are returned back to the atmosphere. As you can see in this picture of a dead buffalo here, as his body is being decomposed by decomposers such as bacteria, the carbon is being released back into the atmosphere. However, not every carbon atom is released back into the atmosphere. Some of the carbon sinks down into the soil underground where it will be transformed into fossil fuel. As you'll remember from our study in 5th grade, fossil fuel is made from the remains of dead plants and animals over millions of years. As animals breathe during respiration, carbon is also released back into the atmosphere. So you'll see there's two ways that carbon is released back into the atmosphere. One, when plants and animals die, and two, when animals breathe out during respiration. And the cycle repeats over and over and over again. Take a look at this carbon cycle here. In the carbon cycle, you'll see that there's a dead animal where its body is going to be decomposed and some of the carbon is going to be released into the soil and some of the carbon is going to go into the air. When carbon is eaten by animals, we breathe, which we call respiration, and the carbon is released back into the air as well. During photosynthesis, plants take in that carbon and it's eaten by animals, and the cycle continues over and over again. What I'd like for you to do on your paper in at least 4 sentences using the carbon cycle that's listed here or the one on the back of your paper, go ahead and summarize the carbon cycle in at least 4 sentences. I look forward to talking with you guys about the carbon cycle tomorrow. That's all for now.